to a night of total terror.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. EQA Nostalgia here. Happy Halloween to all of you. I hope you've been enjoying my Halloween Madness week here on the channel. I figured the best way to wrap things up is to watch one of the most iconic horror movies ever created, Night of the Living Dead, one of my favorite horror movies of all time. This movie single-handedly started the zombie craze, and we did have zombie movies before this. I believe there were a couple of them, and there was the whole folklore about it, but it was all voodoo stuff. We didn't see any flesh-eating ghouls, with no mind and not being controlled by somebody else. Back in the day, that's what it was. Somebody would control the zombies. And in the movie White Zombie, this is going way back to the 30s. That's how the zombies were. So this was a total rehaul on that. And when this came out, this film shocked everybody because it was just considered really disgusting and just really out there. There's some controversial shit in the movie I'll be talking about as we go along. And one of the things about the movie that's really unique is they had actually changed the title of the film. The movie was originally titled Night of the Flesh Eaters, but when they changed the name to Night of the Living Dead, they forgot to put a copyright on the print. And when they did that, it became public domain. So essentially that means the guys who made the movie, Romero and his crew, didn't get paid hardly anything. And the movie grossed around $40 million back in 1968. And most of that money fell right into the lap of the distributors. They got pretty much all of it. That was a lot of cash back then. You got to figure the economy and the way that things have changed, that was a lot of money. But in the long run, this ended up helping the zombie genre in a massive way, actually, because people didn't have to fear lawsuits or any kind of copyright bullshit. They could take what they wanted from this film and they could put it into their own films. And because of that, the genre just grew and grew and grew into a giant beast that we know today.
They ought to make the day the time changes, the first day of summer.
What?
Well, it's 8 o'clock and it's still light.
A lot of good the extra daylight does us. Now, we've still got a 3-hour drive back. We're not going to be home until after midnight.
Well, if it really bugged you, Johnny, you wouldn't do it.
You think I want to blow Sunday on a scene like this? You know, I figure we're either going to have to move Mother out here or move the grave into Pittsburgh.
She can't make a trip like this.
Oh, you know that she can't. Is there any of that candy left?
No.
Look at this thing. We still remember. I don't. You know, I don't even remember what the man looks like.
Johnny, it takes you 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes to put the wreath on the grave and 6 hours to drive back and forth. Mother wants to remember, so we trot 200 miles into the country and she stays at home.
Well, we're here, John, all right?
Test. We're back on? Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming back on the air after an interruption due to technical problem.
Now, this is something that's become a staple of the whole genre cliche, the zombie genre cliche. The broadcast that people just miss. Dawn of the Dead remake actually did something like that as well.
There's nothing wrong with the radio. Must have been the station.
Which row is it in?
And interestingly enough, there is a colorized version of this movie. I do not recommend it. It just does something it just takes something away from it. It's really weird. I don't really know how to explain it, but the black and white thing,
Well, there's no one around.
it's just a staple of this film.
You'd gotten up earlier.
Oh, look, I already lost an hour's sleep when the time changed.
I think you complain just to hear yourself talk.
I think he complains just so they can kill him off. Really, the way that he just bitched the whole time, it's like he's got it coming.
I wonder what happened to the one from last year. Each year we spend good money on these things. We come out here and the one from last year's gone.
Each
Well, the
year
flowers
we
die.
spend $10 on this
Caretaker,
thing.
Somebody takes them
Someone
away.
takes it away.
Yeah, a little spit and
Terrible.
polish. You can clean this up. Sell it next year.
Yeah,
How
you
many
spit
times
and
we
polish
bought
that
the same
$10 ornament and we'll sell it again. You cheapskate bastard, you, Johnny. Hey, come on, huh?
Hey, come on, Barb. Church was this morning, huh?
You gotta love the fake thunder and lightning. Look, there's one of them now. He wants you.
Hey, I mean, praying's for church, huh? Come on.
I haven't seen you in church lately.
Well, not much sense in my going to church. Do you remember one time when we were small, we were out here? It was from right over there. I jumped out at you from behind the tree, and Grandpa got all excited, and he shook his fist at me, and he said, "Boy, you be damned to hell." Remember that? Right over there. Well, you used to really be scared here.
Johnny.
You're still afraid.
Johnny, stop hitting on me, Johnny.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Stop it. You're ignorant.
They're coming for you, Barbara.
Coming.
Stop it. You're acting like a child.
They're coming for you. Look, there comes one of them now.
He'll hear you.
Here he comes now. I'm getting out of here.
Johnny. Mom! No! No! Johnny! Help me!
Come on, Johnny, you can take him, man. It's just one zombie, you can do it. The way he hits his head. There is a remake for this, a 90s remake, done by Tom Savini, one of the guys who, I don't think he was involved in this, but I'm pretty sure he was involved in Dawn, the original Dawn, and he remade the movie. It's actually a really, really good remake, but the death scene with Johnny is just way more brutal, the way he hits his head. But yeah, I highly recommend watching that 90s remake if you can find it. It might be on YouTube. I'm not certain, but it is great. I love it. It stays true to the original. Obviously not as dramatic, with as much B-horror cheese. It's got its own amount of cheese to it, but nothing like the classics had. The zombie makeup is one thing that's just really, really good in that movie. And there weren't really any rules for zombies yet, so you had them behaving in a different way. Like the way he smashes through that is not very characteristic of like a modern day zombie, where they're slow and shambling. The whole slow thing wasn't 100% established. Because you can see he's moving pretty quickly. And he thought enough to pick up a brick and smash the window. And Romero himself said that, there weren't too many rules that he set forth. It's just something that kind of happened over time. I mean, there's movies where they make zombie films and they have like zombie schools and learn how to move like zombies and stuff. I think they did that in Dawn. The Dawn remake, one of the movies, I can't remember which one it was, but Romero commented where he said that, you're dead, you're stiff, you move really, really stiff, so that's all he really went with. And then people kind of helped to build the rules around it. I mean, back then they didn't like fire. Now that doesn't really apply at all to zombies. You can see in one of the scenes in this film, when they use fire, they just back away. That's something that didn't really carry over much. You gotta love that dramatic music. Dun, 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 dun. it's funny because you hear all this thunder, but there's no rain. You know, I guess they didn't have rain machines back then. They wanted that creepy thunder vibe going on, but there's no rain throughout this entire movie. You don't see one drop of water. This is our famous taxidermy scene. Dun 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 dun. There's a deer head on the wall. Dun 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 dun. And a boar head. Dun dun dun. Always seemed kind of out of place to me. It's like, yes, there's taxidermy in here. It's crazy. It's so creepy. And of course, she tries to use the phone. And the operator's like, "Well, sorry, all of our operators are currently busy with the zombie apocalypse. Please try your call again later." I have no idea why the operators have a British accent, but they do. Please hang up your telly now and panic at your earliest convenience. There's no makeup on this zombie because we made this film with $114,000. There's like no effects at all. It's just a dude. The first movie that really had those effects, I would have to say, would be Dawn. Dawn of the Living Dead. But that was probably like the height of their budget right there. Creating that cadaver. But yeah, in Dawn of the Dead, they kind of had like a blue look to their faces. The makeup was pretty subtle. There's Ben. And this is 1968. So having a black protagonist was actually cutting edge for the time. You have to remember that the world was very racist back then.
Right. Don't worry about him. I can handle him.
Probably be a lot more of them as soon as they find out about us. Truck is out of gas.
This pump out here is locked. Is there a key? We can try to get out of here if we can get some gas. Is there a key?
Come on, lady. She's all catatonic and shit. In the remake, she's really nothing like that at all. She's like more of a strong, independent 90s woman. Which is kind of, you know, I don't know how I feel about it. It's kind of weird. It's just so different from the original, you know. But then again, back in those days, you got to remember things were so different. Like women's rights and stuff. You know, it just was a very different time. I'm sure Anita Sarkeesian would have something to say about this role.
We've got to get out of here. We have to get where there's some other people.
It just goes to show you how crazy the world is.
Better take some food.
How things have
I'll
changed.
see if I can find some food.
I'll see if I can find some food. We need some food. Food would be good. But it's not, you know, like an immediate thing, right? I mean, Securing the house would probably be my first priority.
Oh my god, it touched me. It's blood on my skin.
You gotta love the noise it makes too. It's like... Pretty sure blood doesn't sound like that when it hits the floor. Look at that refrigerating unit.
What's happening?
What's happening right now?
What's happening?
It's a fucking zombie apocalypse, lady. They're going after his headlights. Again,
2 of them.
we hadn't really established the whole zombie cliche thing yet. So, yeah.
There are 2 of them out there. Have you seen any more around here? I can take care of those 2.
I
I know you're afraid, but we have
I
to.
don't know! What's happening?
What's happening?
Yeah, they don't like the light. That's right. I haven't watched this in about a year, so you forget little details like that. But that's something that obviously did not carry over. They have no problem with light or fire anymore. Look, kids, it's Desi Arnaz.
Lucy, I'm home. You got some splaining to do.
You gotta love how she's just catatonic, like completely losing her shit, while he's out there killing everything. Well, 2 zombies. Not bad for a guy with nothing but, what is it? He's got a tire iron? Yeah. The music never gets old, though. Dun, 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 dun. They should have gave this guy an award for the performance he did here. This is like the best zombie performance of the decade. Of course, they didn't hand out awards to horror movies back then. At least not as far as I know. Shit, they still don't really. Which is just, I don't know, kind of ridiculous. But yeah, this was highly controversial film. It's considered sick. I remember talking to a teacher about it. She was like,
Oh, that movie was disgusting.
of course, we're talking like 1998, and she was in her 40s at the time. This guy's over here is like,
I just want to borrow a cup of sugar. I got no sugar. Oh, Jesus. You hit me in my face. My wife is going to be so upset with me.
you gotta love the 50s guy, like the 50s greaser guy they put in there. Some West Side Story looking shit, like he's gonna start snapping his fingers with a cigarette hanging out his mouth. Oh, you moved your eyes. I saw that. I saw that. Oh, he did it again.
Don't look at it.
Maybe it was just a muscle reflex, who knows. That or he just completely blew his performance. You're not supposed to be looking around, John. How many times we gotta tell you? Every time. Take number 573. John keeps moving his fucking eyes. Yes, because setting him on fire on the porch is the most logical thing to do. Light his ass up and hope that it doesn't burn down the rest of the house, which it would undoubtedly do. But this is where we learn that zombies don't like fire. Of course, he was on the porch, and all of a sudden he's off the porch. I guess we have to just assume that he kicked him off of the porch. Still, I wouldn't risk burning a body that close to the house. It probably wouldn't be a good idea. This guy's like, I need a Heineken. Fucking hell. Yeah. Let everybody know that we're home. Turn on all the lights. That would be a fantastic idea, Ben. There you go. I would prefer, like, you know, a machete or a sword. I don't like to get close to zombies. I don't know about you guys. No, all you need is a nail gun. You'll be good to go.
Why don't you see if you can find some wood, some boards, something about the fireplace, something we can nail this place up.
I wouldn't expect too much help from the catatonic woman, Ben.
Look, I know you're afraid. I'm afraid too. But we have to try to board the house up together. Now, I'm going to board up the windows and the doors. Do you understand? We'll be all right here. We'll be all right here until someone comes to rescue us. But we'll have to work together. You'll have to help me. Now, I want you to go in and get some wood so I can board the place up. Do you understand? Okay? Okay?
Okay. I'm gonna go in the living room and have a breakdown. This is too much for my female heart to endure.
What do you want, kitty? You gonna watch Night of the Living Dead with me? You're gonna have nightmares of zombie mice coming after you. She looks at it like she's a toddler or some shit.
She's like, oh, it's a wonderful device right here. I'm not losing my mind at all.
I don't know. I would probably be more concerned with doing a sweep of the house first. You know, go down in the basement, go upstairs, check all the rooms, make sure, you know, there's nothing going on. But that's just me. I would secure the area before I decided to board it up. I don't know about you guys. But what are you gonna do? It's a movie. Can't expect people to be practical in these films, can you? That wouldn't be any fun. She brings out like a bundle of sticks. What the fuck is that gonna do?
We can board up the mouse hole in the corner and we don't have any zombie mice.
Now, interesting fact for you guys. This guy, Dwayne Jones, actually passed away in the 80s. He was only in his upper 40s, lower 50s, so he died pretty young. I believe he died of a heart attack. Just a little tidbit of information for you there. I have watched a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff for the Romero films, and Romero talks about all of that shit. She just can't handle anything. She's just completely and utterly useless. So yeah, it is. I guess it is a good idea that they.
No, that's wrong. I want you to pick out some nails. Pick out the biggest ones you can find.
Can you handle picking out nails, Barbara? Can you do it?
I don't know. I'm supposed to be like the quintessential fragile female of the 60s.
If we have to, we can run in here and board up the doors.
But yeah, it's probably a good idea that they made her stronger in the 90s remake. I always thought all that hammering was probably not a good idea, because it would just draw more of them, you know?
You know a place back down the road called Beekman's? Beekman's Diner? Anyhow, that's where I found that truck I have out there.
She's like,
There's a radio on the truck.
Beautiful pattern design here. I should have used this for my wedding. Too late
A
now.
big gasoline truck came screaming right across the road. But there must have been 10, 15 of those things chasing after it, grabbing and holding on. Now, I didn't see them at first. I could just see that the truck was moving in a funny way. And those things were catching up to it. The truck went right across the road. Slammed on my brakes to keep from hitting it myself. It went right through the guardrail.
That sounds like some Resident Evil 2 shit right there. The gasoline truck going out of control.
I guess
Maybe that's where they got that from.
Cut off the road into that gas station by Beekman's Diner.
Beekman's Diner.
It went right through the billboard, ripped over a gas pump, and never stopped moving. By now, it was like a moving bonfire. Didn't know if the truck was going to explode or what. Still hear the man screaming.
Can still hear their cries.
Just backing away from it. I looked back at the diner to see if there was anyone there who could help me. That's when I noticed that the entire place had been encircled.
The
Wasn't a
entire
sign of
place
life
is
left, except
infested with zombies.
by now there were no more screams. I realized that I was alone with 50 or 60 of those things, just standing there, staring at me. I started to drive. I just plowed right through them. They didn't move. They didn't run or just stood there staring at me. Just wanted to crush them. They
It just,
scattered through the air like bugs.
I just wanted to crush them and grind them
We
to,
were riding in the
bones to make
cemetery.
my bread.
Johnny and me. Johnny.
Johnny.
We came to put a wreath on my father's grave. Johnny. And he said, "Can I have some candy?"
This is an Oscar performance right here, I'll have you guys know.
We didn't have any. And oh, it's hot in here. Hot. And he said, "Oh, it's late. Why did we start so late?" And I said, "Johnny, if you'd gotten up earlier, we wouldn't be late." Johnny asked me if I were afraid. And I said, "I'm not afraid, Johnny." And then this man started walking up the road. He came slowly.
He's like, "Bitch, please."
And Johnny kept teasing me and saying, "He's coming to get you, Barbara." And I laughed at him and said, "Johnny, stop it." And then Johnny ran away. And I went up to this man, and I was going to apologize.
Why don't you just keep calm?
And I looked up,
She seems pretty
And I
calm
said,
right now.
"Please." and he grabbed me.
Not anymore, but she was.
He grabbed me, and he ripped at me. He held me, and he ripped at my clothes.
I think you should just calm down.
Just calm down, bitch.
I
Goddamn.
screamed, "Johnny! Johnny, help me! Oh, help me!" And he wouldn't let me go. He ripped. And then Johnny came and he ran and he fought this man.
You fought this man.
I got so afraid. I ran.
And then I got in a car.
Come.
And then I hit a tree.
We've got to
And then I ran some more.
Johnny.
She's just realizing now
We better go out and get him.
that she has to go get her brother.
We have to go out and get Johnny. He's out there. Please, don't you hear me? We've got to go out and get him.
You should give her a flashlight and send her on her way.
We've got to go get Johnny.
Here you go.
Please help me. Please.
Don't you know what's going on out there? This is no Sunday school picnic.
Don't you understand? My brother is alone.
Your brother is dead.
No, my brother is not dead.
Here comes the controversial moment right here, folks. A black man hit a white woman in the 60s. Yeah, there was some shit to be said about that. You can bet your ass that was a controversial subject right there. But Romero was always making statements like this in his films. They were very political, of the times kind of stuff. The way society broke down, and he just he tried to make a message in his movies. He didn't just make zombie flicks. Especially towards the end of this movie, there's you got a lot of things, a lot of political shit going on.
Because of the obvious threat to untold numbers of citizens, and because of the crisis which is even now developing,
I don't know if I call it
this radio
political,
station
but
will
mostly
remain on the air
social.
Day and night. This station and hundreds of other radio and TV stations throughout this part of the country are pooling their resources through an emergency network hookup to keep you informed of all.
We interrupt this program.
At this hour, we repeat, these are the facts as we know them. There is an epidemic of mass murder being committed by a virtual army of unidentified assassins. The murders are taking place in villages, cities, rural homes, and suburbs with no apparent pattern or reason for the slayings. It seems to be a sudden, general explosion of mass homicide. We have some descriptions of the assassins. Eyewitnesses say they are ordinary-looking people. Some say they appear to be in a kind of trance. Others describe them as being
disgustingly rotten and dead and fucked up and shit.
So, at this point, there is no really authentic way for us to say who or what to look for.
And they never really explain why this happened. I think they made mention of some sort of radioactive shit from space.
Unable to determine that any kind of organized investigation is yet underway. Police, sheriff's deputies, and emergency ambulances are literally deluged with calls for help. The scene can best be described as mayhem. Mayors of Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and Miami, along with the governors of several eastern and midwestern states.
So he's ready to light this shit on fire and throw it outside to keep the zombies away. Obviously he learned, he had mentioned that he had seen that gas truck go on fire and they all backed away. So that's how he learned how to use fire.
Do not venture outside for any reason until the nature of this
It's weird how some of the cliche stuff carried over into other films, and some things didn't, like the whole fire thing. It just didn't stick.
Thousands of office and factory workers are being urged to stay at their places of employment, not to make any attempt to get to their homes. However,
Yes, do not go home to your family. Stay at work. Because a productive mind is a healthy mind, ladies and gentlemen.
We repeat, the safest course of action at this time is simply to stay where you are.
Stay where you are. Don't worry if you are exposed. Like, never listening to the broadcast. That's what I've learned from these films. If there's a broadcast, completely ignore it and do the opposite. They're like, fire!
To deal with the sudden epidemic of murder which has seized the eastern third of this nation. The meeting is scheduled to convene within the hour. Members of the presidential cabinet will be joined by officials of the FBI and joint chiefs behind closed doors. The White House spokesman, in announcing this conference, says there will be an official announcement as soon as possible following that meeting. This is the latest dispatch just received in our newsroom.
Another thing I learned.
Latest word also from
It's better to bore things up from the outside. As long as you can do so safely, because it's a lot harder to pull things than it is to just push them open. And of course, zombies don't think to pull, do they? They just push. What's this? What's happening?
Their facilities in an emergency network to bring you this news as it develops. We urge you to stay tuned to radio and TV and to stay indoors at all costs. Late reports reaching this newsroom tell of frightened people seeking refuge in churches, schools, and government buildings, demanding shelter and protection from the wholesale murder which apparently is engulfing much of the nation.
He's all exhausted and shit. It's like, damn. Shaking these doors down. These doors down. I need a cigarette. Shit. Got this crazy white bitch in the other room and all these dead motherfuckers out on the lawn. I need a cigarette. Misshapen monsters and shoes. Women like shoes, right? She might like these. This might calm this bitch down. And what's this? What have we here? A gun. That could have been very useful a couple of hours ago. Not sure what caliber that is. It looks like a 22. Not a very effective weapon. I've got one. I use it for target practice. Well, I did before the price of ammunition fucking skyrocketed and it became almost impossible to find 22 ammunition in New York State. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, that doesn't, the bullets don't look like 22 bullets. I don't know what the fuck that is. It's hard to tell.
Similar killings have been reported around the Houston and Galveston areas.
I found a gun and some bullets out there.
I found some shoes.
Oh, and these.
He's like, what, you don't like shoes? What the fuck? Don't women like shoes?
This place is boarded up pretty solid now. We ought to be all right here for a while. We have a gun,
Not really. No.
bullets,
Not at
food,
all.
radio. Sooner or later, someone bound to come and get us out.
Yeah, that's always the consensus. Someone's gonna rescue us.
Hey, that's us. We're doing all right. Look, I don't know if you're hearing me, but I'm going upstairs now. If anything should try to break in here, I can hear it from up there. I'll be down to take care of it. Everything is all right for now. I'll be back to reinforce the windows and doors later. But you'll be all right for now, okay? Okay.
Snap out of it, woman. No, he couldn't slap her twice. See, that would be crossing the line. However, in his defense, she did strike him first. If we're going to talk about equality here and women's rights, she hit him first, damn it. Yeah, you might want to get that out of there. It's kind of nasty. I love that fake-ass blood on the side. On the wall right there. It's very obviously not blood. You know, it's strange. All the times I've watched this, I never noticed that was a woman that was at the top of the stairs. It just never clicked with me for some reason.
Consistent reports from witnesses to the
Zenith.
people who acted as though
Product
they were in a
placement.
kind of trance were killing and eating their victims. Prompted authorities
Gotta
to
watch out for
examine
that
the bodies
product
of
placement in your videos.
Medical authorities in Cumberland have concluded that in all cases, the killers are eating the flesh of the people they murdered. Repeating this latest bulletin just received moments ago from Cumberland, Maryland, civil defense authorities have told newsmen that murder victims show evidence of having been partially devoured by their murderers. Medical
Yeah, that's not
examination
helping
of
her
victim's
mental
bodies
state
shows conclusively that
at all.
killers
It's just
are eating the flesh of the people they kill.
compounding the
And so
situation,
this
making things worse.
incredible story becomes more ghastly with each report. It's difficult to imagine such a thing
Ghastly
actually
story.
happening, but these are the reports
What's
we
this?
have been receiving and passing on to you. Reports which have been verified as completely as is possible in this confused situation. It is happening, and it would appear that no one is safe from this wave of mass
Oh
murder.
shit! There's people down in the basement. Plot twist. Man, y'all need to fix that banister.
We're from town. A radio.
This guy cracks me up.
Sheriff has verified that reports of murder victims being partially eaten by their slayers is true. No further details.
It's like, damn, you motherfuckers were down that basement
I could use some help up here.
That's
the whole fucking time.
You mean you didn't hear the racket we were making up here?
How are we supposed to know what was going on? Could have been those things for all we knew.
That girl
The
was
cellar's the
screaming.
safest
You
place.
don't know what a girl screaming sounds like. Those things don't make any noise. Anybody would know somebody ever needed help.
Look, it's kind of hard to hear what's going on from down there.
We thought we could hear screams, but for all we knew, that could have meant those things were in the house afterwards.
And you wouldn't come up and help.
Well, if there were more of
The
it.
racket sounded like the place was being ripped apart. How were we supposed to know what was going on?
Now wait a minute. You just got finished saying you couldn't hear from down there. Now you say it sounded like the place was being ripped apart. It would be nice if you get your story straight, man.
All right, now you tell me.
All right, mister.
When we got a safe place, we luck into a safe place, and you're telling us we got to risk our lives just because somebody might need help, huh?
Yeah, something like that.
All right, why don't we set up...
All right, listen here, fellas. I'm the captain of the football team here.
Now I suggest we all go back downstairs before any of those things find out we're in here.
We can't get in here.
You got the whole place boarded up?
Yeah, most of it. All the few spots upstairs. They won't be hard to fix.
You're insane. The cellar's the safest place.
I'm telling you, they can't get in here.
And I'm telling you, those things turned over our car. We were damn lucky to get away at all. Now you tell me those things can't get through this lousy pile of wood?
His wife and kids downstairs. Kids hurt.
Well, I still think we're better off up here.
We could strengthen everything up, Mr. Cooper.
With all of us working, we could fix this place up in no time. We have everything we need up here.
We can take all that stuff downstairs with us. Man, you're really crazy. You know that? You got 1,000,000 windows up here. All these windows, you're gonna make them strong enough to keep these things out, huh?
I told you those things don't have any strength. I smashed 3 of them and pushed another one out the door.
Did you hear me when I told you they turned over our car?
Did you hear me, you bastard?
That's my point. Only there's not going to be 5 or even 10. There's going to be 20, 30, maybe 100 of those things. And as soon as they know we're here, this place is going to be crawling with them.
Well, if there are that many, they'll probably get us wherever we are.
Right?
Look, the cellar. The cellar, there's only one door, right? Just one door, that's all we have to protect. Tom and I fixed it so it locks and boards from the inside. But up here, all these windows, why, we'd never know where they were going to hit us next.
You got a point, Mr. Cooper. But down in the cellar, there's no place to run to. I mean, if they did get in, there'd be no back exit. We'd be done for. We can get out of here if we have to. And we got windows to see what's going on outside. But down there with no windows, if a rescue party did come, we wouldn't even know it.
But the cellar is the strongest place.
The cellar is a death trap.
I don't know, Mr. Cooper.
See, I always took it as that they're both right,
You know how many's out there?
but they didn't work together,
Maybe 6 or
and that's
7.
kind of a problem.
You
You
can
know,
do whatever you like.
during a
I'm
crisis,
going back down to the cellar, and you better decide. Because I'm going to board up that door, and I'm not going to unlock it again no matter what happens.
Now, wait a minute, Mr. Cooper.
No, I'm not going to wait. I've made my decision, now you make yours.
Now, wait a minute. Let's think about this.
oh, wait a minute.
We can make it to the cellar if we have to.
I am the captain of the football team.
If you decide to stay down there, we'll need some things from up here. So
He
let's
just
at least
he just looks like
consider
that
this
sort, you know. Mr. All-American football player over
Lock
here.
yourself in the cellar and those things get in the house, you've had it. At least up here you have a fighting chance.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to be in the cellar. I don't know. Stay mobile.
Yeah, it looks like about 8 or 10 out there now.
There's more than there were.
It's good to stay
Right
mobile.
out back, too.
Dun 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 dun. I love this music right here. I also love those wax fingers that just fall apart when they hit them. That's it. Just shove that shit right in there so they can grab a hold of it. Pull it out of your hands. You gotta get them in the head, man. Come on, everybody knows that. But it's 1968.
It's all right.
Nobody knows about zombies. Yeah, that's not doing any good, man. You gotta get them in the head, man. Get 'em in the fucking head. There you go. Down he goes. Look at them all. Where are they all coming from? That's my question. Looks like they're just drawn to the house. The famous ass scene of 1968, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, we've got full frontal nudity here. Full frontal nudity! My goodness! EQA Nostalgia, you can't post this on YouTube. But I can. And I'm going to.
You gotta fix these boards.
You're crazy. Those things are going to be at every window and door in this place. We've got to get down into the cellar.
How about the attic? Has anybody thought about the attic? You know?
I'm taking the girl with me.
Leave her here. Keep your hands off her. And everything else that's up here, too. Because if I stay up here, I'm fighting for everything up here. And the radio and the food is part of what I'm fighting for. Now, if you're going down the cellar, get.
Yeah.
He's insane.
Let's
He's insane.
fight with each
We've got
other.
to have food down there.
That's the best course of action.
We've got a right.
You going down there with him?
Well,
Yes or no? This is your last chance. No beating around the bush.
listen, I got a kid down there. She can't possibly, I couldn't bring her up here. She can't possibly take all the racket and those things smashing through the windows.
Well, you're her father. If you're stupid enough to go die in that trap, that's your business. However, I am not stupid enough to follow you. It is tough for the kid. Their old man is so stupid.
Brutal, man.
Get the hell down in the cellar. You can be the boss down there. I'm boss up here.
I'm boss up here. You be the boss down there.
Bastards. You know, I won't open this door again. I mean it.
Mr. Cooper, with your help, we could...
With my help.
Let him go, man. His mind is made up. Just let him go.
Wait a minute. Judy, come on up here, honey.
I let them get hurt too, huh?
It's all right, honey.
Well, I never. Never in all my days.
If we stick together, man, we can fix it up real good. There's lots of places we can run to up here. Mr. Cooper, we'd all be a lot better off if all three of us were working together.
Hey. Hey, kid.
Hey, I've got shoes.
He's wrong, Bill. I'm not boxing myself in down there.
I wouldn't go down there either. Fuck that shit. I wouldn't be arguing though. I mean, I'd be trying not to.
Well, we're safe now. It's boarded up tight.
What about Tom and Judy?
They want to stay up there, let them.
They want to stay up there, let them.
There are two other people upstairs, a man and a girl.
We heard the screaming.
Yeah, but I didn't know who they were, and I wasn't about to take any unnecessary chances.
Of course not, Harry.
Oh, that condescending tone. Dang nabbit woman.
Is she all right?
I don't know what it is. She feels warm. Maybe it's shock.
Where'd you get the bandage?
Some laundry in a basket I tore a sheet.
Let them stay upstairs.
Yeah, they'll see.
Too many ways those monsters can get in up there. We'll see who's right. We'll see. When they come begging me to let them in down here.
That's important, isn't it?
What?
To be right, everybody else to be wrong.
What do you mean by that?
Couple tension, racial tension. This movie's got it all, folks.
Whatever it isn't just happening here. It's some kind of mass murder. It's going on everywhere. The radio said to stay inside.
Radio?
Radio upstairs. I heard a news bulletin.
There's a radio upstairs and you boarded us in down here?
I know what I'm doing.
What did it say?
Nothing. Nothing.
I know what I'm doing. Damn it, woman.
There's mass murder everywhere, and people are supposed to look for a safe place to hide.
Take the boards off that door.
We are staying down here, Helen.
Harry, that radio is at least some kind of communication. If the authorities know what's happening, well, they'll send people for us to tell us what to do. How are we going to know what's going on if we lock ourselves in this dungeon?
Confounded woman! I'm really good at throwing things on the ground and looking upset.
We may not enjoy living together, but dying together isn't going to solve anything.
Yes.
Those
We
people
won't.
aren't our enemies.
We're only staying together for the children. Because that's the thing to do in 1968.
Let's go up. Tom? If Judy would come downstairs for a few minutes, Harry and I could come upstairs.
And then she could check out those groovy shoes he found in the closet.
Nothing's going to get done with them down there and us up here. Do this for me.
Okay, open up.
I'm never opening this door again. I guess we know who wears the pants in that relationship, don't we?
She's all I have. Why don't you go upstairs now?
He's always flustered through like the entire thing. The guy that's in the remake does a really good job too, playing Cooper.
Her brother was killed.
There are several
I gotta go help Ben.
versions of this film. The only ones that are worth watching are this one and the 90s Savini remake. Do not watch other versions. I've seen every single one of them and they all suck. I'm not gonna lie to you, they suck. There are only two good versions. If somebody is aware of a version that doesn't completely suck, go ahead and tell me in the comments section, but I'm pretty positive just this and the 90s remake are the only good ones. It's like, every time you turn around, someone's lighting up a cigarette in this. You gotta wonder if they had like a contract with Marlboro or some shit.
Don't be afraid of me.
During the zombie apocalypse, my cigarette of choice is Marlboro. Because if I'm going to be eaten by the ravenous undead, I'm going to smoke a cigarette that makes a statement about who I am.
This place is ridiculous.
Marlboro.
Look at
Cigarettes for the apocalypse.
A million weak spots up here.
This place is compromised. Give me one of those Marlboros. I only smoke Marlboros when I'm flustered. And I'm flustered all the time, mister. She looks like she could use a Marlboro. She's catatonic.
And they talk about these windows. I can't see a damn thing. There could be 50 million of those things out there.
Yeah.
That's how much good these windows are.
These windows are amazing. They're put together so well.
Why don't you do something to help somebody?
Yeah, stop complaining. You should go outside and reinforce those windows and stay out there.
Here, I have it. Drag a couple of those chairs.
There's a socket over here.
Look at that TV. Holy shitballs. That thing probably cost like $600 back in those days.
I don't want anyone's life on my hands.
away from my hands.
And that includes leaving the girl alone.
Look, we should all just calm down and smoke more cigarettes.
Play with the rabbit ears.
Reports, incredible as they seem, are not the results of mass hysteria.
That is some amazing definition.
In all parts of the country, the wave of murder which is sweeping the eastern third of the nation is being committed by creatures who feast upon the flesh of their victims. First eyewitness accounts of this grisly development came from people who were understandably frightened and almost incoherent. Officials and newsmen at first discounted those eyewitness descriptions as being beyond belief. However, reports persisted. Medical examinations of some of the victims bore out the fact that they had been partially devoured. I think we have some late word of just arriving, and I'll interrupt to bring this to you. This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington. It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder. A widespread investigation of reports from funeral homes, morgues, and hospitals has concluded that the unburied dead are coming back to life and seeking human victims. It's hard for us here to believe what we're reporting to you, but it does seem to be a fact. When this
It can't be
first
true.
began, radio and television was advising people to stay inside, behind locked doors for safety. Well, that situation has now changed. We're able to report a definite course of action for you. Civil defense machinery has been organized to provide rescue stations with food, shelter, medical treatment, and protection by armed National Guardsmen. Stay tuned to the broadcasting stations in your local area for this list of rescue stations. This list will be repeated throughout our news coverage. Look for the name of the rescue station nearest you and make your way to that location as soon as possible.
So we have that truck. If we can get some gas, we can get out of here.
There's a pump out by the shed.
I know, that's why I pulled in here, but it's locked.
Shit, I'd be taking a jog, man. Fuck the gas. Take your ass out on the road. They're slow. You can walk right past them.
CIA has not produced any public information. Why are space experts being consulted about an earthbound emergency? So far, all the betting on the answer to that question centers on the recent Explorer satellite shot to Venus. That satellite, you'll recall, started back to Earth, but never got here.
Haha, see?
The space vehicle which orbited Venus and then was purposely destroyed by NASA when scientists discovered it was carrying a mysterious high-level radiation with it.
I knew it was something like that.
Could that radiation be somehow responsible for the wholesale murders we're now
They alluded towards
Newsman
the Venus radiation thing. But, you know, that was never confirmed.
Try to get out of here.
How are you going to get over to that pump? Look.
You're coming from a meeting regarding the explosion of the Venus probe?
The guy on the left holding the microphone is George Romero. Should point that out.
There's a definite connection. A definite connection.
Yes, he was a giant bastard. I shouldn't say was, because he is still alive. So yeah, he's a giant bastard. And he also smokes a lot. Like a lot. So that might be why there's so much smoking in this film.
I can't speak for the entire military at this time, gentlemen. I must disagree with these gentlemen presently until this is irrefutably proved.
Everything is being done that can be done.
We'll have to hurry for our next meeting.
Professor, you feel that there is a definite connection between them? Definite connection as far as Dr. Keller and myself.
Doctor, please. I thought we decided that is not proved yet.
Was the satellite, when the satellite was exploded? Unusual amount of radiation, enough to cause mutation under certain circumstances.
Could have happened.
Have a bearing on it.
It does seem to have a bearing.
Will there be a reply for this
later?
Yes.
No more questions. No more questions, gentlemen.
There will be a report this afternoon. Perhaps there will be a report. Later.
Yes, later. Don't bother us with questions. We can't help you, folks. We have to speed away in our car now. Go into our bunkers.
No, we have to try to get out of here.
He said the rescue stations have doctors and medical supplies. If we could get Karen there, we could get help for her.
I always found her quite attractive, to be honest. Which is kind of strange, because she's 81 years old right now. Her name is Marilyn Eastman.
Judy and I are
And
both
yeah,
from around
she
here. We were on our way up to the lake.
naturally is very
Judy had a
old
radio,
at
and we
this
heard the
this
first
point in
reports
time.
about
But
this.
back then, man, she
We
was a
knew the old
good-looking
house
woman.
was here, and we came in and found the lady upstairs dead. Then these other people
And of
came.
course, he
We
mentions
went
the
down
lady
to the
upstairs
basement,
dead.
put a bar across
Something
the door, and it is
I
pretty
never
strong.
picked up on.
How could we
I must have
possibly
seen this
get away
movie,
from here? We've got a
I don't
sick
know,
child,
20, 30,
two
40,
men,
50
one
times.
woman out of her head,
I watch
two
it every
men,
year
and
this
the
time of
place is
year.
surrounded with
Dr.
these things.
Fairview for NASA. Dr. Grimes, your entire staff.
Dr. Grimes. I wonder if his great-grandson is Rick Grimes. Oh.
Yes, we have some
Walking
answers.
Dead. For those of you who didn't pick up on that,
The importance of
The
seeking
Walking
medical
Dead.
attention for anyone who's been injured in any way. We don't know yet what complications might result from such injuries.
How bad has your kid been hurt? Look, you go down there and tell, Judy? Yeah, you tell Judy to come up here and you stay with the kid, all right?
yeah, don't do that, because then you're going to kill her, and she's the hot one, and we don't want to kill her. Come on. I love the way they killed her in this. You know, I mean, spoiler alert. Obviously, you guys have probably already seen this, but yeah, she gets killed with that spade. The garden spade, whatever the hell it is. It's just really strange. You would think she'd just bite her, but interestingly enough, in the remake, she did bite her, and the blood splattered onto the spade on the wall, just kind of like as like an homage to the original.
I'll come back down as soon as I find out what they want.
I'm just full of all sorts of Night of the Living Dead facts, aren't I, folks?
Should be disposed of at once, preferably
It's
by
amazing.
cremation.
Well, how long after death, then, does the body become reactivated?
It's only a matter of minutes.
Minutes? Well, that doesn't give people time to make any arrangements.
No, you're right. It doesn't give them time to make funeral arrangements. The bodies must be carried to the street and burned. They must be burned immediately. Soak them with
burned.
gasoline and burn them. The bereaved will have to forego the dubious comforts that a funeral service will give.
The dubious comforts of a funeral service.
And dangerous.
Judy, I need you to find some bedspreads or sheets to tear up into small strips, okay? Is there
I
food
always
out there?
wanted them to make a
Yes.
video game out of
We need
this.
some bottles or
They never
jars to
did.
make Molotov cocktails and hold them up while we try to escape.
Hey, there's a big can of kerosene down there.
I'll see what I can find.
I'll look for the bottles.
I mean, I remember sitting around with my friends thinking,
There may be a key to the
wouldn't it
gas
be
pump.
amazing if they made a game out of this? And we're talking like way back in like the
Cocktails from
90s,
the window upstairs.
when
Now, a
like
couple of us can go out and try to get
PlayStation
gas
1
and
was
come
a
back to
thing.
The rest of the people.
But that'll leave a door open someplace.
Yeah, that's right.
We pretty much do have this though,
It's closer to
with
the truck. Before we go out, we'll put some supplies.
7 Days to Die.
The rest of you can hold up in there.
I found some fruit jars
Let's
in
see.
the cellar. And there's a key on here that's labeled for the gas pump out back.
Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead's got something like this where you got to hold that farmhouse.
I can handle the truck.
But I don't know. I want to see something where you have to like fortify the house, and you pick your fortifications and everything. I guess it would probably not be very fun for too long. But whatever, man.
Upstairs and toss the cocktails from a window.
I always wanted to see it
I
done.
have to unboard this door. After you toss the cocktails, you hustle back down here and lock this door. It's no good to board it up because we'll have to get back in quickly.
After we get the gas and get back into the house, then we'll worry about getting everybody into the truck. Now let's move it.
Or you could all just start jogging. But of course, they don't want to leave the girl. So I guess that's why they put her in there. Maybe. Kind of hard to be mobile when you've got a child that cannot walk on her own.
You always have a smile for me. How can you smile like that all the time?
'Cause you're the football captain, Tom.
How many do you have done? Come on, honey, we gotta move.
Tom, are you sure about the phone?
The phone is dead out. All you get is a recorded message.
If I could only call the folks. They're going to be so worried about us.
Doesn't take long for the world to
Everything
fall
will be
apart.
all right. As soon as we get to Willard, we'll call them. They might even be there.
I know. Tom, are you sure we're doing the right thing, Tom?
What, about getting out of here?
Yeah.
Well, the television said that's the right thing to do. We've got to get to a rescue station.
I don't know.
Come on, honey. You're starting to sound like Mr. Cooper now.
But why do you have to go out there?
Look, I know how to handle that truck, and I can handle the pump. Ben doesn't know anything about that stuff.
I can handle the pump by blowing everything up.
For how long, honey? We're safe now. But there's going to be more and more of those things.
I know all that.
Hey, listen. Remember when we had the big flood? Remember how difficult it was for us to convince you that it was right to leave? Remember we had to go to Willard then? This isn't a passing thing, honey. It's not like just a wind passing through. We've got to do something, and fast.
Oh, Tom, you're right. You're always right.
I just don't want you to go out there, that's all.
Hey, Smiley. Where's that big smile for me? Boy, you're showing no use at all, aren't you? We've got work to do, honey. And you...
Let's just build up this love scene and show how passionate these two crazy kids are about each other so we can blow them up later and it can be really
We
devastating.
better get her downstairs.
We have to go downstairs now, Barbara.
She's right. You have to go downstairs now. Just for
The whole time she's just like full
We
retard.
can all leave.
Oh, I'd like to leave.
I would like to leave, yes. That would be good. I like chocolate milk, and I like ice cream.
You know, Tom, it's a nasty situation when you start to run out of Marlboros. So we're gonna send you out on a Marlboro run, Tom. Gonna wish you all the luck in the world, buddy. I love how you can just rip that shit right off of there with his hands. That's up there, really good. That's nice and safe and secure. You know, as funny as it is to watch this now, and it is funny, it's part of the reason why I love it so much, because it's so out of touch with the way things are now. I think that's why it's so comical, and it's so over the top. I have to wonder if somebody's ever done a parody. I've never noticed anything like that. Because it would be hilarious if someone did a really good parody of this. This guy's like coming back from a toga party over here.
You ready upstairs? Yeah. Okay, toss 'em.
Light some shit on fire. Fire bad. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. After each one of those, there's gotta be a dun 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 at the end. I just threw a Molotov. I just threw another one. Dun dun dun.
Go ahead, go on.
Hurry up, Tom, run. Go, Tom. Don't let him grab you. That's bad, Tom.
I'm going with him.
Get back in the cellar.
I'm gonna decide to go with him at the last moment. Because fuck logic. Uh-oh. Now I'm out here, and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Damn it, woman, I said stay in the house. Still shooting them in the chest. Hasn't figured out to shoot them in the head. He's only bludgeoned them directly in the head and shot one in the head, but he still doesn't get it. I don't know, maybe he's just a really bad shot. I do believe the one they just set on fire was the original zombie from the cemetery scene. Dun, dun, dun. That's some creepy looking shit. Just seeing all these people just slowly lurching towards you.
Come on! This key won't work. Watch it.
Just stand back, I'll shoot it. It's always a good idea. What's the torch, Tom? Damn it, Tom. Oh, no.
Gotta get away from the pump.
Everything's gonna go up in flames. Now that this truck's on fire, I'm gonna hop inside and I'm gonna drive it. Because it's a good idea. It's totally not gonna blow up and kill me and my woman. For Christ's sake, people. You should have just walked. Let's get out of here. Oh no! I'm stuck. My jacket's caught. Peace to ya. Of course her jacket's caught. Because that's the way it always goes down. I'm stuck. I'm stuck, Tom. Just go without me. Aim for the head, Ben. Come on. Aim for the head. You could easily just run past like all of them. Dun, dun, dun. It's just the music is comical to me, you know. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Cooper! Cooper!
Open the door, Cooper. Damn you. Maybe I shouldn't have trusted this guy who was arguing with me. Oh shit, if looks could kill, folks. Maybe I should help him. That might be the good thing to do. And of course, as soon as the door is secure, we should turn on each other and have a fisticuffs. It's just complete and total breakdown of the machine right now.
I dragged you out there and feed you those things.
Dun, 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 dun. And now it's barbecue time. All you can eat barbecue. All the zombies are like, is there free beans with this? Or is it just meat? They're all grabbing their piece and walking away. She's like, okay, I'll take this one right here. I think I'll take the dark meat. You know, it's good. This is one of those scenes that was, you know, really disturbing back then. I think there was actually
movie theaters that would not play this film because it was considered to be so insanely brutal and sick. I'm pretty certain that was a thing. And you could just imagine the way the church took all this stuff. Oh, jeez. I don't even know. I'm sure there were churches trying to boycott this shit.
There's supposed to be another broadcast at 3 o'clock.
10 minutes.
Oh, only 10 more minutes? We don't have very long to wait.
Huh?
We can leave.
Do you perhaps have a Marlboro for me?
It's 10 minutes to 3.
I could really use a Marlboro. Down in the basement.
You know anything about this area at all? I mean, is Willard the nearest town?
I don't know. We were just trying to get to a motel before dark.
You say those things turned your car over. You think we can get it back on its wheels and drive it? Where is it?
Yeah, right.
Seems like it was pretty far away. Seems like we ran.
Forget it. It's at least a mile.
Johnny has the keys.
You're gonna carry that child a mile through that army of things out there?
I can carry the kid. What's wrong with her? How'd she get hurt?
One of those things grabbed her.
Bit her on the arm.
What's wrong?
Who knows what kind of disease those things carry? Is she conscious?
He's the only one thinking about shit like that, you know? She could be infected.
Well, one of us could try to get to the car.
You gonna turn it over by yourself?
You can't start the car.
Because there's no other cars anywhere else that they could find in any given driveway.
Where? Where is it? Yeah, I know, but where is it?
See, they're running out of barbecue now, so
Good Lord.
they're starting to get hungry again. Good God, man. You have to wonder what it was they were eating, if it was really just chicken. She's obviously chewing on something, right?
At this hour, they report the level of the mysterious radiation continues to increase steadily. So long as this situation remains, government spokesmen warn that dead bodies will continue to be transformed into the flesh-eating ghouls. All persons who die during this crisis, from whatever cause, will come back to life to seek human victims unless their bodies are first disposed of by cremation. Our news cameras have just returned from covering such a search and destroy operation against the ghouls, this one conducted by Sheriff Conan McClellan in Butler County, Pennsylvania. So now let's go.
Conan McLeod from the Clan McLeod.
All law enforcement agencies and the military have been organized to search out and destroy the marauding ghouls. The Survival Command Center at the Pentagon.
Yeah, they didn't even call them zombies back then. They were ghouls.
Can be killed by a shot in the head or a heavy blow to the skull. Officials are quoted as explaining that since the brain of a ghoul has been activated by the radiation, the plan is kill the brain and you kill the ghoul.
Kill the brain, the body will die.
No, we're all right. Hey, Cass, put that thing all the way in the fire. We don't want it getting up again.
Chief McClellan, how's everything going?
Oh, things aren't going too bad. Men are taking it pretty good. You want to get on the
Yeah,
other
they're
side of the
dead.
road?
They're all messed up.
Do you think we'll be able to defeat these things?
Well, we killed 19 of them today right in this area. Those last 3 we caught trying to claw their way into an abandoned shed. They must have thought somebody was in there. There wasn't, though. We heard them making all kind of noise. We came over and beat them off, blasted them down. Yeah, okay.
Chief, if I were surrounded by 6 or 8 of these things, would I stand a chance with them?
Well, there's no problem. If you had a gun, shoot them in the head. That's a sure way to kill them. If you don't, get yourself a club or a torch. Beat them or burn them. They go up pretty easy.
Well, Chief McClellan, how long do you think it will take you until you get the situation under control?
Well, that's pretty hard to say. We don't know how many of them there are. We know when we find them, we can kill them.
Are they slow-moving, Chief?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
Well, in time, would you say you ought to be able to wrap this up in...
Classic line right there.
Well, we don't really know. We know we'll be into it most of the night, probably into the early morning. We're working our way toward Willard, and we'll team up with the National Guard over there, and then we'll be able to give a more definite view.
Thank you very much, Chief McClellan. This is Bill Cardill, WIC TV 11 News.
Thank you, Bill, for that report. Official spokesman declined to speculate just how long it may take to kill off all the flesh.
Well, there you go, guys. Hit him in the head. Dun, 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 dun.
Is the fuse box in the cellar?
Everybody's like,
I don't know.
oh no, we've lost our power.
The power lines are down. Helen, I have to get that gun.
Haven't you had enough?
But 2 people are dead already on account of that guy. Take a look out that window.
I don't, nothing, saying nothing at all. Ben, nothing. It's funny how they're able to just pick shit up. It's unusual to see that, because it's something that you don't typically see anymore. Like I said, some things carried over from this film and others did not. Coming for ya. It's the famous break-in scene where everything goes to hell. Night of total terror. Yeah, he's not gonna help you. He's extremely unreliable. He just wants the gun. Because reasons. That's why. It's the alpha male struggle.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You want to stay up here now? Helen, get the cellar. Get the cellar now. Move!
Never mind the fact that there's undead cannibals trying to get in the house. It's just fight with each other. I've been shot. Goodness. I'm just gonna stand here and let them grab me. Because I totally can't run away at every possible moment. Dramatic fall down the stairs scene. Apparently being shot somewhere in the abdomen or chest area makes you really dizzy and tired. She's just standing there going, I've got courage now. All of a sudden, I should do something. Karen, are you eating your father? You shouldn't do that. It's not part of a balanced breakfast, Karen. This scene, it's so ridiculous, but it's become such a part of the whole horror culture. It's just an infamous scene. She picks this thing up and stabs the shit out of her mom with it, and the most ridiculous screams come out of her. It's like, is that a mouse? What is that? Whoa, dude.
That's so trippy. She does absolutely nothing to fight back, of course, because she's just so traumatized that her daughter is one of them now. She just sits there and takes it. Meanwhile, upstairs, they're fighting back against a losing battle. Obviously, they are not going to get away. Just leave the house. Oh, and look, it's brother. He's coming to get you, Barbara. No, Johnny. No, Johnny. And that's that. She's pulled away, devoured. In the first ever zombie devour scene. Something that also has become a staple of zombie culture. This fucking guy. And nobody ever took him out. That's what pisses me off. Get off me. In the remake, he actually takes shots at her, which is quite different. The remake is definitely worth watching. I'm going to keep telling you guys that. The Tom Savini 90s remake, watch that movie. Like, as soon as you're done with this movie. If you can find it. There are ways of finding it. Secret Jedi ways. Well, I'll be damned. He was right about the basement the whole time. Now, this zombie right here, I think, is Romero. I'm not positive. I can't confirm that. I'm sure I could with a Google search, but I'm not going to. How's that? It looks like him. I don't know. Oh, look. It's your buddy. This bastard. He just won't quit. Come on, man, you're wasting ammo. For fuck's sake. And he is the last man standing. Just goes to show you guys that you just, during a zombie apocalypse, you cannot fight with each other. You cannot argue. Or you end up with a spade in your chest. And then you get back up and get shot in the head. Such an amazing movie, though, I have to say. I love this movie to pieces. As corny as it is, as funny as it is looking at it now, for that B-horror cheesiness, it is a classic. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. Forget favorite horror movies. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Sadly, I can't say the same about the later Romero films. Just seems like he kind of lost his touch. I did not like Diary of the Dead, or his latest one that came after Diary of the Dead. I can't remember what it was called, because quite frankly, it sucked. It was just a really shitty movie. The last one I liked that he did was Land of the Dead, and that was even pretty out there. But I mean, that you had Dennis Hopper, John Leguizamo, I hope I'm saying his name right, and it was just it was good. I liked it. It wasn't traditional by any means. I mean, they were picking up guns and shit in that movie, and they started to learn how to think, so it was not traditional Romero, but I liked it a lot. And you gotta love how they do the whole redneck thing here. They make society look really twisted. They really drive that home in the remake, the whole twisted society thing.
because they've got all these guys out like they're having a good time. She even mentions, she's like, "You guys having a good time?" And they make like a field day out of it. It's really sick. Sick and twisted shit. This not so much. They don't really drive that home as much.
You want to get about 4 or 5 men and a couple dogs. There's a house over here behind those trees. We want to go check it out. You go here, Bill.
Yeah, Chief, we're going to stay with it till we meet up with the National Guard.
Where'd you get the coffee?
One of the volunteers. You're doing all the work. You take it.
Thank you. We should be wrapped up here about 3 or 4 more hours. We'll probably get into Willard then. I guess you can go over there and meet the National Guard.
Of course, we've got to smoke this one last Marlboro.
Tell Bellman check in the office, see what's happening.
Because after the zombie apocalypse, nothing helps me unwind like a Marlboro cigarette.
Everything appears to be under control.
What's this? Dogs? And they're just mopping up like the remaining zombies, just chilling in the field. Pretty sure cops don't fire with one hand. I'm pretty sure that's not how it works.
They need you down there by the barn. Some of these guys can follow the wagon down. I only need a few men to check out the house. Somebody had a cookout here, Vince. Yeah, it sure looks like it, Tom.
Had a barbecue, man. Yes, those are sirens and dogs. Man, these guys are good shots. Those guys weren't. The other ones were. Is it safe to come upstairs now? What's this?
Get up here.
He grabs his face and there's
Nick, Tony,
he's getting shot in the back of the head.
get out in that field and build me a bonfire. You drag that out of here and throw it on the fire. Nothing down here. All right, go ahead down and give him a hand. Let's go check out the house. There's something here. I heard a noise.
Another one for the fire. Yeah.
All right, Vince, hit him in the head, right between the eyes.
Right between the eyes. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Kill the last survivor.
Let's go get him. That's another one.
So what does that tell you? Let's see what I got from that. People are more dangerous than zombies. Right? I mean, this guy survived the zombies, but then he goes outside and gets shot right between the eyes. Which is really fucked up. You know? And you just gotta love the way they did this ending. Because it made it seem like, with these pictures, like it actually happened. It was like the first movie that did kind of like the found footage thing. I mean, it's not a found footage movie, obviously, but this right here makes it feel like a real event that took place. But yeah, I just thought it was pretty interesting the way they added that in there. So there you have it, folks. Night of the Living Dead. Happy Halloween. I hope you have enjoyed my week of Halloween madness. I do plan on doing this again next year. Remember what I said? Check out that 90s remake by Tom Savini. If you like this video, I ask that you please rate it, thumbs up so that others can see it. If you're new to my channel, I ask that you please subscribe. I thank you all for watching, and happy Halloween.
They're coming to get you, Barbara. Come ahead with the motorcycle, please.
light these torches over here.